fate.
They can be very strong, or they can be badass, or they can just be cute, harmless, and adorable at the same time. Well, it's in this top 10 video that we're going to be looking at some of the most powerful / overpowered video game characters ever. Can you handle the pressure of their might? Well, let's find out if we can.
We have less than an hour. What's next?
The last person responsible for all of this dies tonight.
If we make it out of here, you think you're ready?
I was made for this.
Number 10. Alex Mercer from Prototype. As Manhattan suffered an epidemic caused by the leak of a dangerous virus, the Blacklight, Alex suddenly wakes up with no memories of his past, and realizes that he turned into an infected of the same virus spread across the city. Except that, unlike other infected, he is conscious and has the ability to consume living humans, disguises them, and many other things as he makes use of those powers to fight against the Black Watch military and look for answers to his past at the same time. One interesting thing I've found out about the games, it was that the first protagonist, from the first game, was now the antagonist of the second game. It's kind of a plot twist between two games, which I actually liked though. It was pretty interesting. You don't find that in most franchises. The story was pretty great too, and so the gameplay. The aspect of the powers that these characters have was pretty cool too. I enjoyed it.
Devil's coming through.
Number 9. Cole McGrath from Infamous. It wasn't long after Cole, a bike messenger, was involved in the event where he activated the package he was delivering, resulting in a sudden explosion that wiped out many civilians and awakened Cole's powers of electrokinesis, thanks to a certain gene inside of him. With Empire City in a damaged state, Cole, with the help of his friends, would strive to control his powers and make choices that would impact not just his life, but many others as well. So aside from the system that you can actually make choices in the Infamous games, well, the aspect of their powers and, well, you know, how pretty overpowered they can be if they get to a certain level, it's pretty great though. And I think Cole is a pretty good example of that, besides the one in Infamous Second Son actually. Like seriously, when you literally use the power of lightning from the skies itself, can be pretty overpowered. As well as the fact that in the bad ending of the second game, well, we're just gonna have to see so you can know what I'm talking about. And you'll get my point.
What will you do with me?
Number 8. Galen Marek from Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Born in Kashyyyk by two surviving Jedi Knights, Galen's father was killed by Darth Vader, who would later take the boy as his apprentice to teach him about the dark side of the Force, codename him Starkiller, and turn him into the new second Sith Lord by usurping the current Galactic Emperor, Darth Sidious. During his missions, Galen was having doubts about the path he walked after finding 3 Jedi warriors and being betrayed by his own master. And now that he's working alongside his new allies, he has the objective to defeat the Galactic Empire forever. Yeah, the installment for, well, the story for the Force Unleashed Star Wars games was a pretty interesting take on the story, on the franchise actually. And honestly, the way they took the Force, literally there's like a very, like, I don't know, overpowered kind of thing. Like, man, the way they use the way the Force works in this game was like ridiculous, but awesome at the same time. They even had the perfect character to do it. Well, Galen Merrick, aka Starkiller. I enjoyed the games actually. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, it's all great. Number 7, Maxwell from Scribblenauts. There isn't much to be said from Maxwell or his game story-wise, except for the fact that he and his siblings were given individual magic items. His was a magical notebook, which allowed him to create anything by writing the word of said anything. Apparently, Maxwell's sister, Julie, was cursed to turn to stone unless he collected the star rights needed, and when he saved her, well, they just went to other kinds of adventures, basically. Not much, but still, anyway. Yeah, the power to create anything just by writing on your notebook, yeah, it's pretty great. In the game, though, you couldn't exactly create anything, like, there were kind of limitations, you could say. But, yeah, I guess you could say it's kind of, like, a really great power to have. Well, unless it involves, like, the players or the character's perspective. You know, because Maxwell's kind of a child. So, yeah, you could say that he's not exactly using his power too much, but still, pretty powerful. Number 6, Shadow the Hedgehog from the Sonic series. The ultimate life form himself, carrying the blood of an alien race, Shadow was one of the many experiments that could have provided a cure to her only friend Maria, who died before her sickness got her first. With no recollection of his past, Shadow, with his strong demeanor, gadgets like the air shoes, and skill for chaos control, he is currently Sonic's rival and an ally on some occasions, and he will do anything to move closer to his goal, with no holding back. And I mean it though, because seriously, the guy, he's really powerful though. Like, you can just tell by looking at him, he's not like Sonic, he's not like almost any character in the game. He really gets the job done though. He's got so many powers like the chaos control in more ways than one. Like, seriously though, this dude's a beast. Yeah, and he's probably the edgiest character I've ever seen actually. Like seriously though, the edge on this guy.
Guess I get to see it with my own eyes. If it really is you.
Number 5, Dante from Devil May Cry. Son to a legendary demon and a human woman, Dante is a carefree and nonchalant guy with a knack for killing demons using demonic weapons, guns, and other stylish abilities such as his devil form called Devil Trigger. Dante went on several missions of great importance, like the one at Fortuna where he met another relative of his father named Nero, who had a close affinity with his brother's sword, Yamato. So the thing about Dante though, he's pretty stylish, like I said before about his abilities, you know. Almost everything about him is actually stylish though. His personality, his arsenal, like the way he gets the job done and all that. His story actually. Yeah, and even his conflict with his own brother is pretty great though, like seriously though. They're polar opposites, they're powerful, and yeah, they sort of have a reason to fight. Kinda. I don't know. Either way, it's pretty great though. I think Dante is actually one of my favorite characters of all times regarding video games. Number 4, Mewtwo from Pokemon. In an attempt to experiment and study the embryo of a pregnant Mew, a legendary Pokemon species thought to be gone, a certain scientist modified and recreated their newborn specimen into what would be later known as one of the most powerful Pokemon in the world, Mewtwo. This Pokemon is of Psychic type. It's from the first generation, originating from the Kanto region and also appearing in many Pokemon games, anime, and even a live-action movie, which was a surprise, by the way. And I enjoyed that movie. So yeah, about Mewtwo, yeah, pretty powerful Pokemon actually, and they proved it in a lot of adaptations and installments in the franchise actually. Yeah, pretty great. And can actually say that he's pretty powerful. I know there's a lot of other Pokemons in the franchise that are pretty powerful, but honestly, when you think about it, I think Mewtwo is like the number one when it comes to this. And he's the first legendary Pokemon. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think that about sums it up actually. Number 3. Kirby from the Kirby series. In a bright, colorful, and cheerful universe, there stands many star systems of all kinds, including a planet filled with fun and mischief called Planet Popstar, where in a place named Dreamland lives a friendly little pink puff named Kirby. This little guy was one of the most popular Nintendo-related characters and still is, famous for his image, his signature inhale and copy ability, and the many adventures he has gone through. Plus, he was created by none other than famous game developer Masahiro Sakurai, you know, the one that also works on the Super Smash Bros. And of course, I think the fact that he's also been developing Super Smash Bros. And since Kirby is in this kind of installment, I think that's pretty much the reason why Kirby can't die in some of those games. You know, he survived 2 story modes of 2 Super Smash Bros. Games. I guess that's kind of a reason that he's pretty powerful, not just from some of his abilities, but that he can't die. Yeah, I think that's a good reason why he's powerful, you know. Yeah, he's the cute kind of powerful. Yeah, that's about it. Number 2. Doomslayer from Doom. With his loved ones killed by the demons of hell and his head filled with nothing but the need to rip and tear every demon he sees, Doomslayer, a former Marine from Earth and former Night Sentinel from the world of Argent Denur, he will stop at nothing until every known threat on Earth, be it demons or the all-powerful Makers or even the icon of sin itself, is destroyed for the sake of everyone and everything on the universe. So yeah, Doomslayer, look, if you look at him, you can already tell that he just screams of badassery, you know? I mean, if there's any kind of character that actually is really, really badass, yeah, I think Doomslayer is totally our guy though. Like, man, his many adventures in his games though, he just kept ripping and tearing every kind of enemy he sees. He's pretty awesome though. I don't think you can ever find a kind of character like him that's as badass as him, you know. Number 1. Asura from Asura's Wrath. Humanity is being attacked by a monstrous force, the Goma, until the 8 Guardian Generals, powerful demigods harnessing mantra as both a power source for their machines and to make their very beings a force to be reckoned with. One of them was Asura, a wrathful and reckless demigod, husband to Durga and father to Mithra. Later on, he was stripped of his position by the other demigods, who decided to use his daughter as a mantra battery, and killed Asura completely, only for him to come back from the dead, more enraged than he's ever been. So I found out about this game and this character in a random top 10 video, and yeah, I was actually pretty sold out. And when I saw the whole game, yep, I was really impressed though. And Capcom kinda made this game, and well, there are some pretty big Capcom references in it if you see the game a little more. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that's as powerful as Asura though, or can actually overpower him in any sense. Yep, definitely the number one powerful character. Overpowered actually. Yep, definitely overpowered. And that does it for our most powerful / overpowered video game characters ever. So, did you guys have a fun time? Could you actually withstand the sheer amount of power from any of them? Just leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more, of course, which will be coming soon. So stay tuned for those. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!